Joe Budden, Rory, Maul. It went down 2 freaking days. But can we say we didn't see this coming? Don't worry about it, because we're going to get into it tonight. But first, gotta roll that intro. Before we get started, we're going to take a moment of silence for Rory and Maul and any shred of dignity they had left. Let's bow our heads. Done with that shit. What's up, heifers? It's your girl, Tia Trichet, and you are now tuned into episode 20... we just gonna say 23 of Mad About Tea. Before we even get into it, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Now let's get into it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hyped because I knew this was coming. I knew it. I just felt it in my spirit. I'm telling y'all, they were not the same after that Spotify stuff. I'm telling you, the vibes totally changed. But Joe Budden let us in on a little secret. These shenanigans, sorry, I'm just too hyped right now. These shenanigans been going on for the past 3 years behind the scenes. And it was all because of the white boy. Come on, Rory. Is we for real? I'm not finna sit here and act like I was just the biggest fan of the Joe Budden podcast. Because truth be told, I only started watching the Joe Budden podcast because of Everyday Struggle. I love Joe Budden. I loved DJ Academic's dynamic together. Their chemistry together was insane. I used to watch that show daily. And when Joe Budden got kicked off, I stopped watching and went straight to the podcast. Because honestly, in everything, Joe Budden keep that stuff a stack. And I just loved seeing him go off. What can I say? I love drama. But today was podcast day. And normally I don't pay it no mind. I wait for the clips to come out. And I just perusing through Twitter as I usually do. By the way, have you followed me there? At madabout_T. Get with it. And what do I see? Rory and Maul have been fired. I immediately head over to YouTube. I'm clicking. Mind you, I'm at damn work. I'm just, oh my God. I must find a clip. Would you guess the nigga put it on Patreon? Of course he put the shit on a paywall. I was hot for a moment, but I said, you know what, girl? You paid for Tasha K's lying ass Patreon. You can pay for Joe Budden's to get the full scope of this firing. Because let me tell you something. The clip that I saw, which we about to watch in a second, the clip that I saw was something fierce. And I'm just going to put that out there. It was a mess. So we're just going to go ahead and get into the clip. Goodness. So the clip that we're about to watch is just pretty much going to be the end result of the podcast today, because in all actuality, Joe Budden spent a good hour and a half going in. Now, if y'all want to have a watch party, we can have a watch party and we can watch it, but I need y'all to drop them comments down below. I don't have COVID. Because I'm not going to be posting people's content, risking copyright infringement, and nobody even really want to see it. So if you want to see it, go ahead, leave a comment down below, and we can watch it together. But I warn you, because folks had an issue with me pausing. I pause and I talks. Just putting that there. So, let's go ahead and pause the video. Now, let me put you there. Let me bring you to the moment. Joe Budden is pretty much getting ready to fire these dudes because yet again, they have not shown up. And this time, Joe Budden wasn't aware of it. The first time, he reached out to both of them and he was like, okay, we gonna take a break because the chemistry been crazy. But this time they just decided not to return. So they're doing another strike. And this was the result. Hold on, let me get, sorry, y'all. Let me get this thing going. Yeah. Wasn't expecting that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. I wasn't expecting all this. I thought it saved all my settings, but stuff happens sometimes. Tis what it is. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this stuff here. This is the clip. This is the clip that we looking at. Let's turn the volume up on that baby real quick.
He still feels like he has choices and options. He feels like he's entitled.
He's talking about Rory.
To more. Rory, you are in breach of your
I'm sorry. The producer is petty. When he says Rory, because this is the clip that I saw before I started digging deeper into it. When he says Rory, and then the producer just zooms out and you see those two empty chairs, it was classic. It was classic. I was like, I know these niggas did not throw the world's most public temper tantrum at their job, get invited back and welcomed back with open arms, and then left again. You can't make this up. You can't make it up.
Contract, and from this point forward, you are fired.
Period.
And you're not welcome back. Does anybody in here have a problem that I'm the person that has to say that?
No.
Maul.
Speak now or forever hold your peace, niggas.
I'm the person that has to say that. The gall of you to think that you are observing the way that I am. To think that I have to come to you about a problem I have with another man.
Speak on it, Joe.
We have things sorely mistaken around here. That's not ego and arrogance. It's realism. He still feels.
And it's just that simple. That's what the whole thing of the podcast boiled down to. But before he got to that point, he kind of let us in on some stuff that we really didn't know was going on behind the scenes. Because honestly, if you were just a leisure, a casual fan like I am, you didn't know that they weren't there from day one. You didn't know. So it was easy for people to start pitching that Joe Budden preaches equity but then denies his co-host equity spiel, because in all actuality, those are things that you get in the contract when you sign on. You don't wait until the thing is through the roof and you're getting multi-million-dollar contracts to then all of a sudden want some equity. Sound like some usury and some trickery to me. But another YouTuber, he did some coverage of the Joe Budden podcast before it got to this point when it was just Rory and Mal had disappeared. It's, in my opinion, y'all go check him out. He did a great job of covering that. I'm just here for the drama. I'm here for the aftermath. So we're going to talk about that. We're here for the fallout, because I never in a million years thought that they would do some stuff like that. I just never would have knew it. I never would have knew it. I never would have thought it. You couldn't have paid me to think that was going on. I'm sorry. So when they pretty much opened up the podcast, you know, Joe Budden, he's playing his music as per usual. And he pauses it. He goes, "Take it away, Rory." Pans to the empty chair where Rory's supposed to be. Singing some more, pauses the music, pans to the empty chair where Mal is supposed to be. And hate to say I told you so, but baby girl, I told you so. I knew this was gonna happen. When folks get salty over money, it just changes the whole dynamic. If you can't have a mature professional relationship about money and then continue to do business, then that speaks a lot to your character. Because let me tell you something. I am a creative. I love to create. I love to own. You know what I'm saying? Forever, I've been thinking about starting a podcast with me and my sisters. You want to know what has stopped me from doing that? That eventually, what Joe is going through was going to have to happen to me. Do you want to know why? Because I love my sisters, love them to death. But at the end of the day, they weren't as invested in it as I am. And because of their relationship to me, and because we are blood, the expectation to be a owner was there. And I'm sorry. If I'm spending my every waking moment, I'm spending money, I'm doing all these things, I'm promoting, I'm paying for everything, and I'm trying to build this, and you think you're going to get what I'm getting? No. You were not with me shooting in the gym, period. No. Now, if you going out, you making deals, you bringing something to the table that's worth ownership, that's different. But if you show up and you collect a check, guess what you are? You're an employee. And see, Rory and Mal's pride was shooketh. It was shookington. They weren't prepared because of the relationship to Joe Budden, because they were friends for all of these years. They expected ownership, but did not deserve, nor did they put the work in to warrant ownership. So it's sad to see it go down the way that it's going down, but would I sit here and say that I was shocked? No. Niggas like Rory and Mal come a dime a dozen. They do this all the time. And to be quite honest with you, they always just felt a little reserved to me. They never really wanted to say too much and nothing, but now I see why. They didn't want to say nothing because they didn't want to step on no toes because they was playing the coup de grace on Joe Budden. It's insane. So, pretty much, the crazy part is academics knew that these niggas was going to boycott again. He knew it. He chatted about it. And academics had a field day with this. I didn't know that Maul didn't come on episode 1. Because again, I'm a casual fan. I only knew Rory and Maul. Maul came in episode 77. That's what Joe Budden said. Where the hell you think you need some equity at, my man? I built this shit. And you think you're finna come in episode 77 and get what I'm getting? Kick freaking rocks. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. We're not even on the same level. We're nowhere near. Nowhere near. But like Joe Budden said, you would have had more leverage had you just waited out your contract. Waited out your contract and came back to negotiate. You'd have had more leverage. But you chose to breach your contract and now you fired. And what was really the coup de grace, he said they can't do nothing on their own for a year or he's suing. He said, I gave y'all niggas the opportunity to go do your own thing and build worth outside of me. Y'all chose not to do that. So now y'all want to act an ass? Hit the bricks. Oh, but while you under this contract, you can't make a damn move. You can't make a move. Now, how do that feel? How do that feel? Because the kicker is their lawyer, they share lawyers, by the way. Didn't know all that was going on. Their lawyer drew up the contract that is now keeping you from making your own podcast for a year. Now, be honest. Y'all can put it down in the comments. And if you ain't subscribed by now, I don't know what you're doing. Will y'all be checking for Rory or Maul in a year from now? Be honest. The only reason I, as a casual viewer, even looked at the Joe Budden podcast is because I followed Joe Budden from Everyday Struggle to his own platform. And I followed specifically to watch him scream and yell and rant with that vein popping out his forehead and the sweat beating up on his head. That's what I came to see. And Joe Budden didn't disappoint. Now, he don't do that every podcast, but you never know when he's going to do it. So you watch. Well, at least that's me anyway. That's me anyway. And to find out that all this was going on because of the relationship that Joe Budden has with academics. So he spoke a little bit about that. And him and academics have an interesting dynamic. They co-hosted Everyday Struggle together, and history was made. They maintained somewhat of a casual relationship. I wouldn't say a business relationship because they haven't collaborated on any projects together that I am aware of. So Rory and Maul had an issue with that. As much as I can't stand DJ Academics because he do the absolute most, As much as I can't stand DJ Academics, what they can't say is that the man ain't got a fan base. He has his niche market, he does his homework, and he's good at his job. He makes waves in the media industry. Joe Budden, who is in media, why would he not hang out with this man? Those are opportunities. And I'm not even saying hang out. Why would he just not even talk to this man? Why? So DJ Academics and Rory are going at it over a female because I guess their side chick, they're messing with the same chick. The side chick was spilling the beans on this dude, Rory, and I guess they got into it over that. So Rory, for whatever reason, rolls up to this man's house, DJ Academics, and drops a letter in his mailbox, I guess in a way to threaten him. But that has been an ongoing beef for quite some time. So, they were upset that he's dealing with DJ Academics, and he's like, what y'all got in between y'all? We are grown men. See, niggas love to talk about females being messy and catty. Prime example, niggas be messy like we do. Niggas be catty too. It ain't a female thing, it's a human thing. People thrive off confrontation. That's why I won't say that we thrive off of confrontation. Human interaction, whether it be negative or positive, it keeps you going. It provides you with something. I know there's a scientific term for it somewhere in the atmosphere, but your girl don't feel like Googling it, period. But that's why solitary confinement is so brutal and harsh when you're in jail. All that time alone, no other humans to interact with, whether that be fighting, whether that be good, whether that be making love, whether that be anything. It does something to the psyche. We need this. We thrive off this. So it ain't just females. You niggas do it too. It's human nature. Two different songs, but damn you, I don't care. Let me look through my notes. So he took us through the beginning of the podcast and all that other good stuff. And honestly, I didn't care really. I just wanted to get to the firing part. So yeah, he says, I encouraged Rory and Mal to go do their own thing. They didn't. So what does that tell you? They want a piece of my pie. They don't want a piece of their own pie. So Rory starts asking for a piece. Lord, I'm tired. Rory starts asking for a piece of the YouTube revenue. He says, no, I'm not giving you a piece of any damn thing. I'll let you have any footage with you in it. You can have it. What does that mean? That means you can take the footage that you're in and you can use it to promote your channel free of charge. This is my intellectual property. This is on my channel. This is in my network, but you can have it for free. If you stole one of Joe Budden's podcast episodes right now and you posted it word for word, bar for bar, you would get copyright striked. You would not be able to use that content because that is Joe Budden's property and he owns it. He's giving this to you for free and said use it as leverage for your own YouTube channel and you could see your own profits. You already have a fan base. It ain't much work to do. Just make the channel. See, because this is the thing. If you felt as though you brought value, then you creating a channel on your own wouldn't have been an issue because you're valuable. You're a valuable asset, right? But when what you think you bring to the table doesn't translate, you don't have a leg to stand on. You don't have anything to compare yourself to other than the things that you participate in with Joe Budden. So how you gonna negotiate when you ain't got nothing to negotiate with. Same thing from all. I feel like things have been going down this road for a very long time. I had even gotten to the point where I had really stopped watching Joe Budden's podcast because it just felt off. It felt like nobody ever really wanted to talk. We wasn't getting the same kind of moments. We wasn't getting the same kind of realism. And especially after the whole Spotify thing blew up, I mean, you could cut the tension with a damn spoon. It's been bad for a very long time. And if casual viewers could pick it up, I know damn well that the viewers that have been with you since day one are feeling it. And, it's unfortunate, but, it is what it is. He does something in the whole podcast that I just think is hilarious. Just like you saw in the, I'm sorry, I'm about to yawn. Just like you saw in the Twitter clip that we just got through watching, he keeps speaking to Rory and Maul in these empty chairs as if they're there. I thought that was hilarious. I died every time it happened because it was like, you could tell he was hurt. I think more than anything, he was hurt. Because after they had that first, clearing the air podcast, y'all can check that out. Once they cleared the air after their 6-week disappearance, you could tell things really weren't on stable ground, that it was going to be something they was going to have to work towards. But I thought they would at least be able to work past it. I thought all this was done. He even revealed that they did talk after the podcast and they hung out and it felt like old times. But thinking realistic, he then began to plan for the possibility that they could again pull some shit like that. So now the fact that he even has to start planning for that means he should have fired your ass a long time ago. I would have loved an opportunity like that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have loved an opportunity like that. And to hear him say, and hear his accountant say, and hear his lawyer say, you were paid well above what most broadcasters are paid. You're in the top 1% of what broadcasters are being paid. And still, in all the shenanigans, not once did you ever ask me to give you a raise or state that you were unhappy with pay. All you pretty much told me, if we're reading between the lines, is you don't trust me and you want to see the paperwork. And so he pretty much ends it like this. If we've gotten to the point where you need to see the paperwork, then we're done. If you're on here hollering about respect, 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 like you Aretha Franklin, and you expect things to be the same after you then call me a liar and accuse me of cheating, then we don't have any further business to conduct. And with that being said, he dropped them two niggas like a bad habit. And boy, was it brutal. If I were to be fired in front of millions because it happened on the podcast and then it's all over Twitter. We're going into the 30-minute mark. I don't want to be here long. We would go into the Twitter feed because, man, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. I mean, damn. How stupid could you really, truly, possibly be? How? And like they said when they were clearing the air, let me put my notes up. As they said when they were clearing the air, there's not another job on this earth that you could leave for 6 weeks and come back with your same pay, your same benefits, with no repercussions. There's not one. And the fact that you were allowed to do that and able to do that, and you pull this again after the vacation, it sucks to see, but we saw it coming. Y'all tell me what y'all think down below in the comments. Tell me how this affected you, or if you knew that any of this was going on, because I felt it. I felt it in the atmosphere. It was there. But anywho, I'm finna go on and take my black behind the bed. But in the meantime, in between time, oh wait. I have a strong suspicion that you haven't followed me on Twitter yet at madabout_T on all the socials. That's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's about it. So follow me, subscribe, of course. And, check out my other videos too, I talk about stuff. We could talk about it together. I don't know. But anywho, in the meantime, in between time, I'm out.